watch played earlier today. A lot of fun to see, all the hype in the venue. For now, though, let's send it up to our casters to kick off our final match.
Thank you so much, Courage. We're going right into game number one, some Scorch Hardpoint Optic Gaming. Going up against Rise Nation. And Rise, I'll be honest, at PSX, this is a squad that totally underperformed. They've been training since, and they're going to have their work cut out for them going up against one of the fiercest teams we've seen online leading up to this event.
And look, you can train as hard as you want, but I mean, when you have the firepower that Optic Gaming has, it's going to be hard for Rise to just kind of keep up in the slaying department. Good for Rise, though, is the game slows down a little bit with the adjustment to spawns and Hardpoint, that if they rotate correctly, they can take a lot of the time. They don't have to win as many engagements as previously before.
Just the key fights, Matt. That is going to be the key to victory here for Rise Nation. Optic Gaming, pretty decent start, 25 points to just 1 for Rise already. And you can see Karma is going to give up that hill time to Krim. Well, he is going to go patrol. Gets the call outs here from Scump. Not able to pick up anything. Krim leaving the HP is going to find a player in the air. Faceno cut out of the sky using that propulsion.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see when we watch Optic play who's going to kind of take on what role, because the anchor role is definitely back here in Infinite Warfare. You see Krim get all the way to the back of this next hardpoint, just trying to set up here. He has another teammate funneling through the front, and it looks like at least at the beginning of this first hill, it's going to be Krim the first one on the rotation, really locking down these power positions. And I like this call because that allows Formal to just kind of do what he naturally does best, which is just roam around the map and slay.
Yeah, if you look at the numbers from the previous Optic Gaming Hardpoint, Krim 6 had 122 seconds inside that hill. So he's going to be your OBJ man that you leave behind. Meanwhile, the other players, they're going to be pushing up around the map. Karma, he's going to be your secondary OBJ, but it's really going to be Formal and this man Scump who are going to be laying down the kills.
Yeah, and I feel like the one that gets affected the most out of all these changes is Scump, because he plays at that such fast pace where he just likes to get in your face over and over and over again. And I remember back in Black Ops 2 when we would go up against Optic, you know, Scump would just push like the last 10 seconds of a hill. We're like, okay, fine, kill us. Like, we'll go take the next one. That's perfectly okay. And I feel like that's something that he's going to have to get adjusted to doing here in Infinite Warfare.
Looney spawned out, and he was trying to fight for control of the hangar. Aqua's going to be cleaning up the final seconds, but really the player we should watch, let's go over to Facento. He's going to be leading the charge for the new hardpoint. Optic already has 3 players setting up, and in fact, Facento's going to clean up one of the 2 defenders. Number 7, that Scump is way too far back, and Facento is going to punish. This is a huge play as Rise is going to retake the hill. They should be able to catch right back up on our scoreboard.
It's like, well, there's one way to break in, right? I mean, you don't have to rotate early. You just have to bank on Facento just getting 3 kills, just 3 phenomenal kills to enter them inside of the hardpoint. Currently on a 6 streak. Just going to play this corner with the OSA. It's an assault rifle that kind of acts like a submachine gun, so you're going to be able to play these close quarters to your best advantage. And Rise climbing back in terms of score as well. They are very close to taking the lead.
Aqua's going to try and chase down his teammate's killer. That was Karma being taken out. Krim 6 and Scump out of the action as well. So the only one up is going to be Formal, and Optic says, you know what, we're going to have to give up this time. 10 points remain on this hill as we see Rise Nation with the lead. Will they be able to maintain? We're going to stay on board with Aqua. He's already got 49 seconds of hardpoint time. He's on a 3 streak. It could be working towards some score streaks. Not going to happen. Let's go over to the action inside the new HP.
Yeah, it's going to be 2 players down, though, for Rise Nation. As you see, it's going to be Optic Gaming getting inside of the hill, and Formal set up on these head glitches could cause them a ton of problems. And the one thing that's really going to be dominant for this Optic Gaming team here is when the spawns are like consistent, right? And they know where these players are coming from. They were already good predicting it and just eliminating you as it was. Now it's going to be even easier for them once they get set up to just keep it rolling.
It's like they're playing in slow motion now. They love it. Let's go over to Scump, 8 and 10 currently. He's not off to a great start, and this is a guy who we're kind of used to just taking over games.
Well, in the first hardpoint we saw, he obviously did not put up the numbers that were normal to seeing. We saw the head-to-head matchup between Scump and Looney, and I think it has something to do with, you know, more assault rifles in the game now. Like, the prominent meta is to just run all assault rifles, and obviously the slower style of play, it's going to be a little bit more tactical. So Scump definitely has to adjust his play style, and look, I mean, he is so superbly talented. I mean, just his mechanics are insane. Probably the best mechanics in all Call of Duty. He's going to figure it out. It's just going to be a little bit of a learning curve. At
this point, a very even game. You look at all of the numbers, we're basically at a flat, even match. Formal for Optic Gaming have the best out of all 8, though. He's 14 and 9 plus 5, and you're going to see Aqua finally be taken down. Facento's there to back up his teammate, and you will see Rise continue to score. They've retaken the lead once again against Optic.
And this is interesting because the Optic game against TR, the game was really close in hardpoint as well. And Rise, a team that obviously does not have the slaying potential that Optic has, is doing a fantastic job keeping up in the slaying department, and they're rotating early and locking these down for a ton of time. So it's a really odd showing here from Optic Gaming at the beginning of this match. They have to be very careful because Rise is a very good search and destroy team. They dropped this first map, a lot like what the analysis desk was saying. They could find themselves down 2-0 pretty quick.
This is one of the money hills, and we're going to stay on board with Rise as they're going to try and break through this Optic Gaming lineup. We're on board with Aqua, one of their star players from previous titles. In this one, honestly, I think he's got to be your guy. When you looked at him before the patch, he was dropping the biggest numbers on the team, but they wouldn't always get the win. This time around, a little bit more of an even showing coming in from Rise Nation. You're getting a very strong game out of Looney, and he was definitely the player who had the worst performance at PSX.
Well, this is what Rise Nation needed to make that next jump to that top level. It's like, look, they've already been around the top 4 or 5, pretty consistent, but they have not been able to overcome your Optic Gamings and your phases on a consistent basis. If other players can step up the slaying department besides Aqua, they can easily do that.
All right, Matt, here's the last chance here for Rise. They're not going to get it. So this is basically a full 60 potentially, well, more like 45 here for Optic Gaming, but a very strong hard point. The big battle's coming up, though, next.
Yeah, but look, I mean, Optic Gaming, they're going to take the remainder of this time. It's going to get the score very close. But if Rise can win these gun battles on the rotation, it's basically going to be a moot point because Rise is going to make this time back at the beginning of this next hill.
And Rise won all of those gun battles. All 3 players that were surging for the new hard point cut down. It was Looney transitioning first once again, but now the score streak's coming out. Formal is going to use the Scarab. Is he going to find anybody? Yes, he will. 1 kill goes down, but he lost 2 teammates while that score streak was in action. The push is coming in. The rewind can be used by Karma as he stays alive. And it looks like Aqua is going to punish on his second attempt, but Formal cleaning up both players, and a third will fall. Formal clearing the point by himself, his teammates serving as distractions as everyone from Rise just gets flooded in on.
They finally make it in Optic, but there's only 20 seconds left on the hill again. So we're in the same kind of prediction we were in before, right? Where they were on the point for the last 20 or so seconds. Rise can rotate. They can give up on this. They don't need the time. I mean, look, Optic Gaming, they'll get this. They'll get to 163. So you have a 170 to 163 game. Rise can just take the first 12 seconds of the next point, and they're in the same spot. So Rise, they just don't need to panic right now. They can't play for the garbage time. They just need to play consistent. They need to rotate early, get control, and they'll be in a very good spot.
Here's a look at Faceno. He's got the rewind ready to go. Will he push out and then go back to safety? He's going to hear the players charging above and comes up behind one. Felony's going to grab the other, but Crim6 is going to take out Aqua. A pretty strong team fight, though, here for Rise Nation. They get 3 of the 4 kills. They continue to score. Optic Gaming, I don't think they were prepared to have this tough of a hard point.
No, and they should have, to be honest with you, though. I mean, their hard point was not great against TR in their first match, so you kind of needed to go back and work on your hard point game, or at least get on the same page. And at least early, it looked like Optic was going to coast through this one. A nice rewind use here from Facento as he's able to pick up 1 and then get out of harm's way. Not going to be able to pick up another kill, but the idea was great. And right now, Optic definitely just kind of staggering towards this hard point. They need to just kind of take a deep breath, relax, make a push together. But with 9 seconds left, now you're forced. Look, they're playing for the garbage time again. They needed to go a little bit earlier to the next hard point.
Big fight here for Karma. He is on the rotation, 2 enemies nearby. If he can get these picks, it'll open things up for Optic Gaming. Gonna find one, charging onto the point, gets cut down from the back. Crim6 not able to support him here. And really, I am so impressed with Rise. Felony 26 and 19, 20 and 19 out of Looney. Aqua +2 as well. They are simply outslaying Optic Gaming. You have Formal who's +9, but he is the only one holding his own, and he's getting most of those kills with his teammates baiting for him.
So a lot of the positives we've been talking about for Rise Nation, right? You know, Optic Gaming, they're kind of falling behind, whatnot, but this is a big hill for Optic. Look, Rise Nation just breaks it, but if Optic was able to hold on to that, they're right back in this game. The next 2 hard points, pretty unforgiving. If they get there early and they win those fights, they're in a good spot to take this game. But Rise Nation breaks into the hill. They're going to take it back with 15 seconds. And Optic is in a position where they can't rotate early. Facento playing absolutely out of his mind right now on a 7 streak. Rotating to this next hard point, it's going to be big for Rise Nation. Optic needs to take that garbage time. And now if Rise Nation locks us down, it's game.
Faceno, 2 big kills on the drill. Then while retreating to this new hard point, was able to pick up 2 more. The missile's coming in, and he's going to land it a double as Scump and Crim6 are picked off. They are now 18 points away. They continue to score, and look at your mini-map. They all got to get past Looney, and even if that happens, you got Vicento working with Aqua.
And Vicento's streak ends at 11, just opening the game up for Rise Nation. Looney needs to pick up this 1 kill, and that is going to be it.
250 to 197, Rise Nation coming out swinging.
And that is a big map 1 win for Rise Nation because they feel really good about their search and destroy game. And now you look at it, they win that game 2, all the pressure's off in uplink game 3, all the pressure is off in the hardpoint game 4. Those are like free money for them. They win them, they end the series, great. If not, you know you have game 5 in your back pocket.
Let's take a look at some of these numbers here as Optic Gaming is going to talk.